For this week's assignment, we had to examine 7 different definitions and choose a definition that best aligned with our philosophy of fluency. And this is my presentation. I have selected Hartman and Stork's definition of fluency. It states, a person is fluent when he or she uses the language's structures accurately while at the same time concentrating on meaning, not form. For my definition of fluency, I have said a person is fluent when they are able to adequately convey meaning in most social interactions with mastery of syntax and semantics. That phrase of mastery of syntax and semantics I borrowed from Fillmore's definition. In terms of how my definition compares to Hartman and Stork, I like their focus on accuracy. I think accuracy and fluency go hand in hand. I feel like only Hartman and Stork and Fillmore had an emphasis on accuracy in their definitions. By contrast, Hedge, Richards, and Schmidt seem to emphasize the smoothness of language delivery as well as pauses in language. In terms of how my definition is different from Hartman and Stork, I believe it is important for fluency to reflect an interaction between the speaker's language use and the real world. I know plenty of people that are fluent in writing a language, but that does not necessarily automatically mean that they are able to fluently speak the language. Therefore, I think social interaction and real world are very important when it comes to fluency. For my final thoughts, the text mentions that the objective of many learners is to receive high scores on tests like TOEFL, and this puts a lot of pressure on teachers to ensure that their students are fluent. And so I believe that if teachers are expected to develop fluency in their students, then fluency must be defined. This is the opposite of Kaponen and Riggenbach's theory that says we don't need an all-purpose definition of fluency because the notion of fluency works as is. An example related to this material is I work at a charter school in North Carolina, and it states in our charter that we want all students to be fluent in Spanish by the time they graduate. I am not sure if our school has ever defined fluency. It would be interesting to get an operational definition of fluency so that we could take real steps to measure our school's progress in reaching the goal of having students be fluent by the time they graduate. These are my references. Thank you for your time. I look forward to your comments and feedback.